Back on BTN Live, Dave Refs and Chuck Long and Jerry DiNardo. It's time for our TradeMonster Monster Player. The guys can pick anyone in the league, whoever they think will have the biggest game this week. And astute observers of this show know that usually Howard is on the show on Thursday and Jerry is on the show on Wednesday, but Jerry needed a favor from Howard this week, and so Jerry is doing it this week. So he'll pick for Howard. Important week. Chuck forged a tie last week by going with James White, who had a huge game against Indiana. Howard somewhat inexplicably went with Michigan's Derek Green. Since there's no degree of difficulty reward, Chuck wins that one. So, Chuck, who is your TradeMonster Monster Player this week? Anyone in the conference?
Well, I went with an easy pick of James White, and Howard got all over me last week. He said,
Why?
He just said it was too easy.
Well, I know, but you can pick someone easy.
Yeah, I know.
You're encouraged.
It's easy to pick that, but I'm going to go a little harder this week. I want to go Cody Latimer of Indiana on the road at Ohio State.
Really?
That is daring against that Ohio State defense. So a great opportunity for Howard to move in front.
I made Howard happy.
What's the score now for the year?
3-3.
It's 3-3.
Yeah, it's tied up.
Is this next week will be the last week?
Next week will be the last one.
Last week, right.
So you can put Howard in great position to win not just this, but also the belt, which is, he's a very comfortable lead on Saturdays. So who are you going with? Who's your TradeMonster Monster Player?
It's not obvious. Kenny Guyton. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is senior day. This man is a giant. He has been the guy who is always ready to play. He shows great leadership, even though he's not a regular player. He symbolizes everything good about senior day in college football. And so I don't care about stats.
But this is based on stats.
Yeah, it is. And this man is a giant. He is a monster, if I could.
That's a great pick.
It's a terrible pick. Bibbs barely played down the stretch. If I did not know better, because I know that you're very thankful to Howard for what he did for you this week, swapping days.
In September, Howard needed a favor, and I swapped with him.
Right, but this week he was able to swap on short notice. And you right? It was short notice.
It was a little bit more than he gave me, but yes.
And he was kind enough to do that.
Absolutely.
But if I didn't know better, I think you were tanking. We have Howard on the phone right now. Howard, what do you think of the pick of Kenny Guyton on a pivotal week for you?
Well, clearly, Coach is trying to sabotage this particular contest that I'm involved in. I mean, hey, I love Kenny Guyton as well. But come on, Coach. You got to give me something here. You got to give me something. I need a little help. Let's give him an opportunity to change, whatever.
Who would you pick if you could pick anyone? The entire league.
I'd probably pick James White.
Howard, how'd you get the phone number here? We've never taken calls here. I thought we couldn't take calls. What are we doing?
What's going on here?
This has nothing to do with the belt. The belt. I'm not worried about the belt because I'm going to win the belt back anyway over the next 2 weeks.
Really?
I just thought that you would pick Kenny Guyton if I wasn't here. I was trying to do what you wanted me to do. I'm sorry.
Coach, I applaud the pick for all the reasons, but this is a stat-based contest.
They didn't really make that clear to me.
In your mind, you're telling me that Kenny Guyton is going to have a huge second half of this game.
No, he may not even play. I mean, you never know, but I think he's a monster of a guy. I thought we were picking the monster guy of the week.
The person whose likeness
most we're picking, Coach, but I need a guy that's going to get some stats.
Yeah, that's a terrible pick. I think we should give Howard James White, frankly.
Listen, I thought going out last week and going with Derek Green, which almost came through for me.
Yep, it did. He had a good game, best game of his career.
But, wow, Kenny Guyton? Hey, Coach, listen. You put up a good argument, but I think the problem was you didn't understand the rules of this particular contest.
Howard, if almost last week was good enough and you lost, even if I'm not even close, you're going to lose. It's the same thing. You really don't get anything for second place either way.
Wait a minute. I'm in first place in the contest.
In the belt contest. Tied for first in this one.
I've got like 9 points lead on.
Yeah, that's an enormous lead. All right, well, Howard,
we got to go.
We'll have some negotiations here. Thank you for taking some time out of your day off. Thank you for swapping with Jerry, which was very benevolent of you. You are good people.
His day off, like this is work.
You are good people.
See you guys Saturday.
All right, we look forward to Saturday. We have a tweet. This one comes from Elisha. Speaking of Derek Green, should Michigan continue to go with him as their starter, or should they stick with Fitz Toussaint?
Boy, I thought Green looked awful good. I think he does things in the plays that they're running right now, especially the weak side lead to the 3 and the 5, Chuck, to the split end, which they're going to see against Iowa. I think Green is a better back for that play. You're seeing it right here. It's the cutback away from the 3 technique.
Keep the young guy in there.
Yeah.
Let him keep rolling. Although senior day coming up for Michigan next game. Do you put Toussaint back in there for senior day? I don't know.
Toussaint certainly hasn't been effective. The lowest yard per carry average of any back in the country with more than 155 carries. So it would certainly stand to reason that perhaps they could do better. Not that it's all on him, of course, as we have detailed throughout the year. Well, coming up next, one of the nation's ultimate scholar athletes joins us. Iowa's James Morris getting ready for his home finale.